Welcome to KetoMealsAndRecipes.com. Today we are featuring how to make a chocolate roll filled with Swiss buttercream meringue. The macronutrient ratio for the complete chocolate Swiss roll is 3.8 to 1 with 2.5 grams of total carbs per serving. Step 1 begins by separating the eggs, putting the yolks into one bowl and the whites into a stand mixer bowl. To the egg yolks add the oil, cream mixture, the salt, and now the vanilla. Stir with the fork, but do not use a whisk as that will add too much air into this mixture. Next, add about half of your almond flour and stir with the fork to get most of the lumps out. Then add your second half of the almond flour and all of your cacao. Mix with the fork until all the lumps are gone and you have a smooth, creamy mixture. Set this aside and let's begin step 2. Add the white vinegar to your egg whites and then whisk at high speed until large frothy bubbles form. Then start adding your sweetener, 1 teaspoon at a time. Whisk until soft peaks form. Do not overbeat. 3. Add 1 cup of egg whites to the yolk mixture and stir well. This will make the egg mixture much easier to fold into the rest of the egg whites. Then take half of the remaining egg whites and fold in gently. Do not break the bubbles. When this is folded, add the rest of the egg whites. When folding in the egg whites, make sure you incorporate the content from the bottom and side of the bowl. Be very careful not to break too many of the bubbles as this will make your cake very flat. Pour the mixture into a parchment-lined baking sheet. Don't forget to preheat your oven. Using your spatula, spread the mixture to even it out and make sure you reach all the corners. Next, gently drop the pan a couple times to get rid of the air bubbles and place into the oven and bake for 25 minutes. To start step 4, creating your Swiss buttercream meringue, begin by preparing a bain-marie. Take a small, deep-sided pot and add 5 centimeters or 2 inches of water. First bring to a brisk boil and then reduce the heat so it's just simmering. For the meringue, you will only need 4 egg whites. To your egg whites, add your sweetener. Place the bowl over your pot of simmering water and lightly whisk the mixture continuously until all the sweetener has dissolved. This will take between 7 and 10 minutes. To test if the sweetener is completely dissolved, take a small sample off your whisk and rub between your fingers. You should not be able to feel any granules. When the sweetener is dissolved, remove the bowl from the heat and reattach to your mixer. Whisk at medium speed until the outside of your bowl feels cool. This will take about 5 to 10 minutes. Add the teaspoon of butter one at a time, making sure that each piece is well incorporated before adding the next one. Do this carefully and slowly because this will determine the texture of your buttercream. At some point, the buttercream may start to look curdled. Keep whisking and it will become smooth again. Don't worry. When your cake is done, take it out of the oven and place the pan on a cooling rack. Let it completely cool and then place a piece of parchment paper on top of the cake and then the wire rack on top of the parchment. Flip the cake over. Beginning at one end, carefully peel back the parchment paper. Slide the cake back into your baking tray. This will make it easier to spread the Swiss buttercream meringue using your offset spatula. An optional step is you can add jam of your choice. I have made raspberry jam for this recipe. Rotate the pan so the end with the berries is closest to you. Then using your parchment paper and your fingers, start rolling in the same way you would for a sushi roll. Guide the first part of the roll by tucking it under with your fingers. Roll up the Swiss roll in your parchment paper and then close the ends. Place in the fridge for a minimum of half an hour before serving. Cut into 2 centimeter or 3/4 inch pieces. Cut and plate only the pieces you intend to serve right away. Keep the rest wrapped and refrigerated. The remainder of your Swiss roll will keep well in the refrigerator for several days. Enjoy. The description below has a link to the printed recipe. Thank you for watching.